Stop paying for your ups more than necessary. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about self-improvement, reflection, personal development, basically anything that we need to know in order to level up. So if you are interested in any of those topics, do not forget to subscribe so that we could stay connected and embark on this leveling up journey together. You messed up. Okay, but why are you still punishing yourself long after the consequences have already passed? If you've already paid off your debt, why are you insistent on paying off interest for it? At the end of the day, we are all human. We're kind of expected to screw up. We've all done some shit that we're not proud of. We've hurt people. We've been selfish. We've made decisions from pain, insecurity, ego, and impulse. And we will probably mess up again. That is the reality of being human. When we do mess up, regret usually shows up shortly after. And honestly, that's a good thing. It's a sign that you are not up, that you are not a horrible person, that you are unable to feel any remorse or shame. It means that you are not a monster, you care, and that you've grown. But here's the problem with regret. You pay the first price. Maybe a breakup, losing a friend, a reputation hit, hell, even like legal consequences. And then you punish yourself again. You serve time in your own mind. You carry shame, anxiety, and self-hate like emotional handcuffs. Long after the moment has already passed, sometimes years and even decades later. This thought really hit me while watching Thunderbolts. In short, the movie is about like anti-heroes trying to redeem themselves and become the new heroes. And they've all done just horrible things, and even though they are trying to be better, they still feel like shit. They're weighed down by their past and they walk through life like they don't deserve happiness. And I couldn't help but think that so many of us are doing the same. Even when we're trying to grow, even when we've changed, we keep dragging our old selves into the room with us. Why? In the movie, the anti-heroes were even reluctant on doing the right thing because they thought themselves of horrible people. They boxed themselves in and felt like they were destined to cause chaos. Have you ever fed yourself this narrative? When you're stuck between having to choose to do the right thing or repeating a toxic pattern, have you ever told yourself that you are just the person who does the toxic thing, that you are just a horrible person? And have you used that as an excuse to repeat a cycle? I know I have, and maybe it was during a fight with a partner or showing up for a friend or taking the easy way out. I've used that to excuse my behavior, my undesirable behavior. But we don't have to accept that narrative. In fact, telling ourselves that is what is going to keep us stuck. It is what is going to prevent us from growing and from becoming better people. Growth is really uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable to face that you up, to face that you were once a horrible person, to face that you did something horrible. It's so uncomfortable facing those truths. But I, for one, think that the point of life is to not avoid ever making those mistakes, but to grow and become better people, because we were not born being good and almighty, and we don't need to punish ourselves to prove that we've changed. If you've apologized, if you've made your amends, learned the lesson, that's enough. The past already took something from you. Don't let it keep taking your peace, your future, your self-worth. You don't need to turn your mistake into your new identity. And this could be with anything, honestly. If you are an empathetic person and you did something shitty, you will tend to beat yourself up for it. You will tend to reap the consequences of your actions and then imprison yourself in your own mind, like I said. And I mean, this could go for anything. I remember when I was younger, I stole a magazine from a store because I was like a child. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know you had to buy it. I just saw like magazines near the checkout and I'm like, oh my god, like this store is so cute. It has like free things. Like, this is a free thing. You know how sometimes there are free things, and I just assumed this was a free thing. When I was a child and I had learned that I stole, my parents told me, no, that was not free. You had to pay for it. You had to pay for everything in the store, and you stole something and that was wrong. I learned the lesson and I just never stole again. And now as an adult, it's like we're unable to just let go of the moment, right? Even if it's something super fucked up. We cheat on our partners. We're young, we're dumb, we're lustful, whatever. We cheat on our partners, we betray them, they leave us, we break up with them or whatever it is, and we're heartbroken and we have to deal with that consequence because every action has consequences that you have to deal with. And you either have to deal with knowing that you betrayed someone you loved, feeling their absence, and you have to grow and you have to say, you know what, I never want to do this ever again. I hate that I cheated on this person. I hate that I am a cheater. Like I hate that action and I just never want to do it again. I'm never going to do it again. And you learn from it and you grow and you realize that's wrong, but you're not able to like let it go. Some of us aren't, at least. We imprison ourselves. We're like, I'm a horrible person. I'm a cheater. I'm not shit. I don't deserve to be in a relationship. I am not worthy of love. I will break every relationship I get into. And then you just carry that for months, for years. Why can't we be like the child who stole something? Like they didn't know any better. They had never been in that position. And obviously, like, cheating is a little bit extreme. It could be a little bit less. Maybe you said something stupid to a friend when you were mad, and then years later you keep tormenting yourself for it, and then you just label yourself as a bad friend. You label yourself as a cheater, as a bad friend, as a mean person. You're bitch, you ruin everything you touch. Why do that to yourself? And here's what I want you to take away from this video. 1, regret is a sign of growth, not a reason to feel stuck or not a reason to hate yourself. You're not necessarily supposed to feel proud of your past. You're supposed to learn from it. I don't care if you were like the worst person ever. I think we all deserve a little bit of grace. We all deserve a redemption. I always say this in my videos, but it doesn't matter who you were in the past, right? It doesn't matter if yesterday you steered so far away from your higher self. If you wake up today and you're like, I am going to be a good person, and you move that way in the future as well, that's all that matters. Then you're a good person. Maybe you were a shitty person in the past. Oh, well, you learned from it. It didn't feel good. You realized that was not a good thing to do. And now you've dedicated yourself to becoming a better person. Number 2, you don't need to keep bleeding for a wound that's already scarred. Let it be a memory. Let that mistake be a memory, not a punishment, okay? Most of the time, like, you're feeling shitty about something that you've already made amends with. You've already apologized to the person. That person is already doing way better. You've already paid the price. You don't need to keep yourself prisoner for life. Number 3, who you were doesn't cancel out who you are. We're allowed to evolve, we're allowed to grow, we're allowed to change, and we are allowed to forgive ourselves. I hate this whole like cancel culture world where it's like somebody makes a mistake. I mean, maybe it's like not a huge mistake. I think there are definitely outliers. Like, I'm sure some people will have mistakes, will think of mistakes or crimes, and they're like, those are unforgivable. But when it comes to simple things, okay, like Ariana Grande licking a donut. Imagine if she got canceled. Like, I don't know her personally. I don't know if she's a good person. But for that instance, for licking a donut, which is gross. It is really gross. And it just shows, like, at that point, she felt entitled. Or I don't know what the fuck she was doing, right? It was gross. But it's like, is it really a valid reason to just, like, cancel someone for it, like completely ruin their life, their career, their future? Like, do we still judge her for who she is today? Let's say Ariana, I don't know, again, I don't know anything about her, but let's say she donates $1 million every single year to like a charity, and we're like, oh, but she's a horrible person because she licked those donuts. Like, no, that's not valid. I'm sure she wouldn't lick the donuts today. She's out here donating $1 million to charity. I would say yes, she's a good person now. She's evolved, she's grown, years have passed. She's not the same person and not the same girl who licked those donuts how many years ago? It's the same thing for you. I don't care if you made the mistake yesterday or 2 weeks ago or a month ago or 10 years ago. If you've paid your dues, you've learned the lesson. You can still be a good person today. And the 4th one, the most important one, which I think we like to feel regret. We like to make ourselves feel bad because we think that it is some sort of redemption. Shame doesn't make you good. Change does. It doesn't matter how bad you feel for something, how sorry you feel about something. If you are still moving the same way, you're still that same person. However, if you're moving completely differently, if you're moving like a saint, then you're a good person. You don't have to prove that you're a good person by staying miserable. You prove it through your actions, by being better today, tomorrow, and the day after. Remember that you're not perfect. You are here to grow, and growth requires grace. And yeah, other than that, that was all that I had for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really saw that movie, The Thunderbolts, and my heart, like, it was like heart-wrenching. I was like, but it's true. Like, that movie definitely went to like the extremes. I mean, those anti-heroes were like murderers. They did a lot of horrible shit, I'm sure. I don't really know their histories like that, but I think we can all kind of relate to wanting to shame ourselves into redemption. And it just doesn't work like that. Like I said, just focus on being a good person today and in the future, and stop letting shame stop you from getting to that point. So let me know in the comments below, can you relate to this? Is there something that you've been holding on to that you are ready to release? There's no shame in it. Like, we've all done some horrible things, I'm sure of. We've all hurt people. We're just human. We're human trying to figure it all out, and that's okay. We deserve some grace at times. I know, like, I can forgive the people who have done me dirty, and I'm like, you know what? I hope they're having a good life. Even like the people who have done me extremely dirty. I don't wish anything bad onto any of them, because again, we all deserve some grace. But yeah, don't forget to like this video if you could relate to this, and until next time.